Alright, we're back with Hunter x Hunter chapter 408. I'm guessing we'll start back with what we left off, last time, with Morena and stuff. Listen, chapter 407 was clearly just Togashi having fun. I think we can all agree that that was probably the chapter that he had the most fun drawing and writing of this whole volume. It's just Togashi core. And just that warms my heart knowing that he's still having fun. So I think this chapter, if I had to guess, would be the old game, the old chapter. I wonder if we get another chapter after this, or this will be kind of mainly it. I think I would prefer if this chapter is just focus on that, and then we kind of move on in the next chapter. But I mean, who knows? Let's see what Togashi has planned, but I'm sure we'll explore more in his character a little bit more. Probably the main thing of this, and obviously the plan with Borgsen, which for now, my guess, what makes the most sense with Borgsen is that she's probably a specialist. That's why Dogman's ability was literally to know what type the person is, even if they're not an end user. You can know the end type if he's close enough. So being a specialist, Morena wanting that, and obviously with a specialist you can basically conjure or do the ability you want almost, so that would be perfect for whatever Morena needs. So I mean, let's see what we got. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's go. So we are starting with it. You're up first, choose a card. Nice drawing. So yeah, I think I got a good grasp of the game, but let's see how it plays out during the game. I'm guessing Borgsen will lose this, but let's see. All the cards. Nice drawing. Like the shading. I'm using Togashi's Troop translations. Those are my favorites, even over Viz. I think they're just the best. But obviously, it's always good to read Viz as well after that, because there's just different interpretations. So, okay, she's pointing. Morena versus Borgsen. The battle of wits intensifies. Okay, we got a part 2. Alright, let's see. I already got like Meruem Komugi, Gungi vibes. So she chooses this, okay. So she wants to know the goal. The goal of Morena. Not the classic anime lightning behind, like the intensity, the clash. Let the negotiation game begin. Okay. Them sitting, Morena with her gaming chair, Borgsen on her sofa or couch. The purpose card. Why do you choose this one? Huh? Is this really the time for adult talk? If so, I might as well join in, but there's no penalty, right? And Morena mentioned that she's they're short on time. It's bad for both. I don't know what she means. Is this about the troop, right? Did Kenny inform her? Enrig's transmitter that, is Oyster that went back into a transmitter, or did she find that? Did they hear it beeping and now they know because of that? Is it a restriction? Is this game an inability by Gelato or the unnamed girl? I doubt this is actually Morena's ability though, but a lot of things going on. It's fine, go ahead. We should get to know each other during all this. Yeah. She turns to her unnamed girl again. Look at Morena's face, man. Hey, do you have any other members? There's around 50 of you, right? Not 50, 20. Not responding, just their smile, bro. Nice try, but they won't say a word. There are other members, by the way, but that's it for questions. If you'd like to ask more, you'll have to use a card. Damn, I mean, she still inserted a little bit. Naturally, I chose purpose to use as a basis for making decisions, but I won't answer your questions anymore either then. Oh, how unfortunate. Why is she so cute? Okay, if I ask one question and you answer it, you can ask me one too. Thank you. They have fewer than 50 members. She didn't tense up and responded immediately, so my guess must have been way off. It's probably closer to half that. Look at that Borgsen, huh? I mean, she's so smart. As I said, she's close to Terry, right? One of his guards, so makes sense that she's smart. And if she is a specialist, checks out as well. Look at this. The way Togashi's drawing him, even like the background, like this shot, like her face especially reminds me a little bit of Gone and Kill, and she looks young. My goal is the destruction of the Kakin Empire. Okay, so specification before was the world. Now she says the Kakin Empire. After that, I'll focus on extinction of humanity. Okay, so first Kakin and then humanity. I'm going to try my best, and that's why I need you. Yeah. So that checks out stuff that we kind of knew, but I like that she specifies Kakin first instead of just the world. And I'm going to try my best as well, like the choice of words, like a kid. I'm gonna try my best, like protagonist type of talk. Uh, yeah, I love that shot though. Huh? Huh? Okay, I mean, this is clearly the Isoka Illumi moment, right? In the election arc where Illumi is talking about Killua, that Killua is the person, or Illumi is the person that Killua loves most, and Isoka's like, huh? What the hell? Do you really think that? That reminds me of that. Morena's like, did I see something wrong? That explanation isn't nearly enough. If 100 completely clear is... You're at about 3 right now. Oh, I see. You're really curious. I guess I should start with my upbringing. Damn, alright. Backstory time? Have you ever heard the term second track faker? Yeah, it means royalty, like you who have no claim to the throne. Like you have... That's true for the actual Morena Prudo, but I'm not even royalty. The real Morena is in my grave. Eh? Then who exactly are you? The Morena, the real Morena is in my grave, like that person died kinda in her. She... Carnival and Laissez Majesté. Do you get it now? Carnival orphans, right? Huh? Carnival orphans. Oh, okay, we get both of those. Look at the drawings though, like kinda cursed a little bit. A festival for the Kakin royal family that takes place once every few years. Okay. They secretly visit a village chosen at random and host a banquet. All the select villagers are then sorted into 2 groups, those who entertain and others. Okay. Less Majesté. Any act that disrespects the royal family is forbidden and punishable by death. Okay. Before modern times, even outspoken low-ranking officials or commoners who dared to gaze at the royals faced the death penalty. Despite democratic progress, actions such as contraception, abortion, family are still considered treason, and the offenders are immediately executed. Okay. Obviously, the low-ranking officials and stuff reminds me of Beyond a little bit. Okay. My mother was kept from resting or sleeping while she entertained the royal entourage for several days. Damn. And she apparently died when I was 2, never even realizing that she had been pregnant with me and given birth. That's insane. She didn't even know she was pregnant and given birth. All of us, or of Morena, all of us carnival orphans had our faces slashed at birth and were sent to a facility. So we really have an wondering what Viz translated to. Yeah, that's dark. That's very dark. Like a carnival, just woman getting taking advantage of, and then the kids just getting thrown off, right? It was the hideout for a human trafficking ring operated by the Ali. Wow. And was also connected to a back alley hospital where our mothers were treated. Damn. The Ali, huh? So is that giving us a little bit more of a motive why it was the Ali that she took, she killed the old Ali member? Look at this though. What am I looking at? I want to say like that's a steak, but it might not. Here we were scientifically sorted into second track fakers or meat. I was meat. Oh boy. Oh, young Morena. For around 20 years I lived as meat and things happened to me. Well, we know what those things are. Yeah, the feeling about this, about her upbringing, you don't really have any basis on that, but based on how she is, she's dead, she wants to destroy everything. Um, yeah, she was a kid, young as well. Don't even want to imagine. Yeah, that's the dark side of of the Kagan mafia and just the Hunter world in general. But yeah, we haven't really explored that side a little bit, but we haven't explored much of that side in Hunter. Obviously, in this arc is where we really start to see it with the Phantom True backstory, with the kidnapping, all that stuff, Meteor City a little bit, but until recently, when I was able to become, until recently, so it happened for years. Become the boss of Ellie. Look at Borgson's reaction here, though. She's, yeah. I mean, I think we would all feel like this, right? While fulfilling my role as meat, I became aware of a certain talent I had and gradually developed it. Men? I love seeing young Morena, but look at the like injuries. It was my ability that led me to plot the destruction of Kaiken. And it's interesting, right? Because she had a talent which that tells you if she just developed none by herself, she's a genius. Um, is she a specialist? That would check out as well. But what do I want to say? Yeah, it's interesting as well that it looks like her ability just manifested itself. It's not an ability that she wanted necessarily to create, it kind of created itself. I always love when it does that, like abilities just creates themselves, like Komugi a little bit. Like she's an she's an answer, so she's kind of enhancing her brain to be better, but it just does it by itself. It's not you deciding. I always find that kind of beautiful. It really is a strong characterization for a character, or I don't know. It's powerful to me. Yeah, Carnival is a festival that's held. Yeah. The orphans are divided based on the last two digits of the Kakin calendar year. I'm from the 98. Yeah. So this is, I mean, this is so real. Like obviously the biggest thing to me is in America that you hear some stories and stuff that happened there, but it makes me think about a recent chapter. What was it? Chapter 405 with Crollo, where we get that shot of Riznort or whatever, the guy that Crollo killed, Sarasa's killer and stuff. That frame, I think people have talked about it, where he looks like someone, right? That I'm not gonna say his name, but yeah, pretty bad guy. If you guys know, in America. So the parallels right there with this, 3 chapters later, I see what Togashi is thinking and doing here. During 20 years that it took to become the Ellie's boss, 7 new group of carnival enter the yeah, 7 new groups. The name Carnival as well is makes it even more creepy. It makes me think instantly about Isoka as well, but Isoka, huh? Or with the cards, the Joker, now this. It's tough to not think about Isoka. But the latest orphans are from the 20th group. They entered last year. Okay. 20. In other words, it has been 2 years since the last carnival, which took place the year after the grand festivals commemorating Kakin's demo. Okay. I wonder if Beyond has anything, like if he's linked to it. I like this shot of her eyes. I'm sure you understand now, Kakin hasn't changed at all and it never will, so that's the rough sequence of events that led me to believe that Kakin must be destroyed. That is fair enough. And you know, I've been thinking about this, like Morena and Seri, there's obviously like big things or being our underboss now. They obviously have a connection. Seri wants to kill her. They're kind of like two sides of the same coin to me, a little bit, right? I feel like Morena is that type of character that we can really understand, almost, at least for me, root for in some way. She's still killing innocent people and she wants to destroy the world, which, you know, let's relax. But, yeah, but at the same time, I don't blame her with what we've seen in Hunter x Hunter. But yeah, it's that side where it's evil, but I definitely can root for her in some way. Well, there's just Terry on the other side. That's just you cannot root for that guy at all. But I don't know. I think Togashi could do something really great with those two. A conversation between the two would be absolutely peak fiction. After reading all of this from her, man, I'm just thinking about them interacting. I hope it does. It has to be. It has to happen. But yeah, Borkson is understanding. I mean, at this point, Borkson might just join. She might be might be with you at this point. To achieve my goal, I need comrades, each with unique abilities. Love the shot of all of them. Among them, there's one with the most essential role and the ability to carry it out. I mean, the organ, right? She talked about an organ donor to Borkson last chapter, and you know she has the organ with Perigord right there. Let's see. And that would be you. Okay. I need comrades and one. There's one with the most essential role. It would be you. That's why you were brought here and why I'm trying to recruit you. Why am I the one? That can't be answered with this card, that's all. So she needs, I mean, why would she need her, right? Like, her being close to Tseri, I don't know how that affects. It has to be about Nen abilities. Specialist just checks out, right? Oh. Oralge? What is he? Okay, he's shaking the cards. Okay, the 5 cards. Now, could you move one closer and then turn it over? Let's see. Of course she has the Joker first. The Joker, yes or no, makes no difference to me, so the card is pretty much pointless. Send the Joker to the graveyard. I'll go ahead and choose the next card. The power card, alright? I'm so happy, bro. Why is Togashi making her so cute? Look at this, bro. Man. I mean, this is what Togashi's trying to do, but I always did, but man, I love Morena as a character. Definitely one of the best characters introduced. Top 5 best introduced character in this arc, to me. You really asked me about me twice in a row. I'll do my best to explain it as clearly as possible. Do you know what Nen abilities are? I know a bit since I've heard about them recently. I'm not sure if the information is accurate though. It's a power like supernatural abilities, and I heard they're used in the succession contest. That basic understanding is correct. So is she just gonna talk about contagion? They're indeed like supernatural abilities. Yep. An ability falls into that category. Now the thing is, if she's not controlled, like I don't see uh Borkson starting killing people to go up levels. Like I don't, you know. To put it simply, my ability involves granting abilities to those who share the same goal as me and growing that circle of influence. Okay, yeah, about. I'm the parent, and there's a limit of 22 children. Look at this. So that's how she describes her ability. That's pretty cool. And she grants power to her childrens, but they can do whatever they want, right? They're free. Like obviously, she wants to do the absolute opposite of the Kaken, the way the Kaken just royalty does it. Nasubi. When the children accumulate a certain number of points, they can become parents themselves and create more children. It's a system type ability. It's kind of like a pyramid scheme, isn't it? Yeah, now that you put it that way, her ability, this being the ability that rose up in her, that it created, makes total sense with her character. Ask each child about their goal and help them to awaken their ability, taking into account their individual characteristics. This is so good. This all makes so much sense. This is peak cunning. To be honest, we purpose and ability, no matter which one you choose first, the explanation is structured in such a way that you'll want to know about the other. If I had chosen ability first, you wouldn't be explaining anything besides this. Yeah, that builds into our first question as well. To be honest, we, or rather I, don't really especially care about duty, responsibility, or national defense, but I'd find it troubling if Kakin were gone. Damn. When the daily lives we thought would continue in the promising future, we thought we would have suddenly disrupted by someone else's grand ambitions. It's unpleasant and a nuisance. Someone else's grand ambitions? Huh. Each one of them isn't the goal the destruction of Kakin. Interesting. Yeah, I really wonder if Borkson is just gonna get like psychologically turned, like she's gonna believe in Morena. She's gonna be like, yeah, fuck it, I'm just joining, bro. I'm all for it. I was never with this bozo over here, terror sandwich. Oh my god, so much text. I see Beyond as well. Alright. Just to save my head and shit, I'm gonna read this in my head. If there's something that sticks out, I'll read it out loud, but okay. By sheer luck, huh? She was covered. To hit songs from enemy states? Information processing, yeah, a lot of not brainwashing, kinda a little bit. If a modest and mental life, though. Why is Beyond there? After the declaration of a new continent from someone called Beyond, things became more and more ominous. Beyond pulls up and everything becomes more ominous. Look at his grin, bro, and all to top it all off, supernatural abilities and the extinction of humanity. Yeah. The fact that she puts it that way, yeah, it seems like what the hell is going on? It's my personal small goal. The main goal we all have in common is to kill people. Yeah, this is where it gets tough. to root for. It doesn't matter if it's direct or indirect. We each have our own reasons, circumstances, targets, and numbers. And numbers, those are our own small goals. Targets, huh? That's an interesting point to bring up targets and numbers, but especially targets is, some of the guys in the alley under Morena, do some of them have specific people that they want to kill? That could be interesting, right? If one of them wants to kill one of the princes, we could see that, right? I can sympathize with your upbringing, but if there was even someone who I wanted to disappear, I would never consider choosing murder as the way to get rid of them, right? That makes sense. Ooh, look at this. This looks like they're almost disconnected. I appreciate your honesty, and I'm glad I realized that I can't empathize with your goal at all based on that information. These supernatural abilities are greatly influenced by an individual personality and state of mind. Yep. Based on that information, I have to avoid this unusual situation at all cost. Interesting, the shot here. We I don't know what I'm looking at. It almost looks like water. That smile as well. Like when she says at all costs, does she mean maybe a possibility of having to kill herself? Yeah, that shot. I don't know how remember this, but chapter 1, 380. Go back to chapter 380, 381 maybe, but I think it's 380. When Mizai is talking about the ship sinking, we have a similar shot to this, where it's like the water, right, as it's sinking. You guys can go back. I need to go back. I don't know if I remember it well, but this is interesting because might be a parallel. We have to avoid this situation at all cost of the ship sinking. Interesting thought. You said that supernatural abilities have a strong connection to an individual's personality. How can you know that my unawakened ability is important? Dogman. Isn't this just a negotiation tactic? I'm unique while adding your true intentions. Like everyone's unique. You're a specialist. Ooh, I love that. How we just see our eyes, not our mouth, with my music that I'm listening to. That it's. But there you go. Confirmation. Specialist makes sense. Oh, look at this, the graph. Nen abilities are divided into 6 categories. You belong to the extreme. Yup. Like that shit as well. Dogman. Look how massive he is. I did not realize how massive he is. He's so big. Why is everyone coming to him? Is he famous? Famous because he is a wrestler, so do people. Dogman over here. Do the dog pose. I can't, bro. He is famous. That's hilarious. Dogman is him. Makes sense. He's a wrestler, so do the pose. He has a pose. Meanwhile, they don't know that the guy is literally a serial killer. One of our members is an answer. He enhances his sense of smell and gain the ability to sniff out abilities. His power has now reached a level where he can detect faintest hint of aura even from someone who is awakened. That's crazy how big he is. And he's still looking for an awakened specialist like you. Ooh, so she has others that she's looking, not just, I guess in case she doesn't say yes. Ooh, that's cool. We get to see the percentage in general. This is based on my own research, okay? Isoka type thing. There may be some margin of error, but the ratio for specialists is roughly 1 in 3,000. You understand what this means, right? That's so cool. From our perspective, at least 19%, 15, 27. So answers are the most likely emission. I mean, based on personality, this makes sense. Conjuration. You understand this? As those two are like looking at her like, yeah, You might die here. It's true that these users are, but given the size of this ship, there have to be at least 50 or 60 more on board, right? Well, yeah. If she means random, but obviously we know that there's others like Terry, Crollo. It would be best if we could find someone among them who has the same main goal as us. We don't need to settle for you. Yeah, as she says this, a little bit of a Camilla type of look. Crazy, like, this is a threat. We don't necessarily need you. There's other choices here, so. In fact, is that Crollo? Dogman saw Crollo. Oh my god. In fact, he's already encountered multiple awakened, multipled. Interesting. Multiple. Who the hell other than Crollo? One of them was a champion film master at Evans Arena. That's crazy, he saw him. Renowned in the martial arts world, which really excited him. Yeah, don't try it, Dogman. That's what I meant when I said the longer this negotiation goes on, the greater the risk to you, and that's the explanation of my ability. Bro, are we setting up a freaking Crollo Morena team up? This is crazy. We're like, I'd like to hear more about this I can't talk but right now. Specifically, I want to know what kind of ability you'd want me to have if you were to grant me one. Yes, please, I want to know, but we're not gonna know. I would be shocked. Her face here. This question is quite relevant to the yes and no cards. I'll start by explaining specialization. To put it very simply, specialization is just so convenient. It is. Oh boy. Practical elimination. Yeah. Classic specialist stuff. Easy peasy. So if you already know that you're a specialist, you can take on challenging hybrid techniques that require mastery of multiple categories to manifest or utilize at high level. You can even attempt truly unique abilities that don't belong to any category at all. By the way, oh, she's a specialist. Wow. Okay. Again, makes sense with her awakening by herself. Or yeah, or the ability as well creating itself based on who she is and her goal and the way she thinks. You will be granted the advantage, creating ability, and the chance to improve your skill through a point system. I do have specific requests regarding your ability, but I can't say them since that requires you to choose the relevant card. I do apologize. If you choose the yes card, I will tell you the ability I want you to acquire if you decide to join us. This question isn't so much about non-abilities as it's asking what role are you expected to play if you join our team. Okay. Understand? Yeah. No matter which card I draw next from the remaining 4, the number of options won't change. Looking for a card beside question A. Still answers even after it's sent to the graveyard. The time risk. She's thinking. Okay, she chose that. Going. That's a cold paneling as well. She looks at which card is selected, and Boxen is looking at what the card will be. Yes. I mean, I feel like yes, Morena is definitely not the card that that she wants to be selected here. No, what is she? I can't, bro. Only the second card and you've already decided not to join us? Why is she so goofy and cute? Stop it, Togashi. Boxen is not amused. Oh, look at this. Even the members look disappointed. At the very least, this shows that they haven't witnessed any cheating in the past. Well, still, I can't be complacent. Borkson is so observant, right? But again, specialist checks out. Um, hmm. The real question is whether she's even ever played this negotiation with someone who doesn't want to join the group. If I'm the first, then her reaction makes perfect sense. Yeah, I wonder if there's any. I mean, there was other people that played, but I wonder if that's gonna be important. Someone that already played, whether the, like she says, someone didn't want to join the group, right? Well, it can be helped. I'll do my best until the very end. There's still a chance, a big difference between no and X after all. The difference, don't you want to know it? Alright. She's like, don't you want to know it? It's here. Again, the drawing of her eyes, both of their eyes, great stuff. I'll follow your lead and go with no. Okay, I'll explain what happens if no is your last card. Let's see. What's most important is the difference between the two cards that I mentioned. No means you won't become one of our members, while X nullifies the game. Nullifies the game. We consider no to be an emphatic declaration of your will. It's an unwavering refusal. Makes sense. So far, nothing unspectacular. Yes and no are the same. It's a choice between yes and no. I have to choose yes. That's what persuasive threat makes you think. Look at this, the freaking coding here. Hacking. In other words, we see you and those around you as people who are not one of us. Okay. To us, you are just part of the masses, merely points used to improve our abilities so we can achieve our goal. Points, huh? I mean, the old thing with games. Ooh, the creepiness here. No eyes, just the mouth. It's really creepy. She looks like a demon. We won't invite you back again, but now that you know our secret, we can't just let you leave scot-free. Makes sense. They're just gonna slit her throat as she's trying to leave. It's like, alright. Well, so now you mentioned that, does that mean I could even play X in the first place? Oh, the skull, back again. The Netero and beyond. The skull is back, strikes again. The third trap. Oh, the third trap. The whole game is a trap. Yeah, well, makes sense, right? It's you can't win really in this. To make you say, okay, the game is a trap to make you say yes. So yeah, you want the no. So I guess you're not fully cooked, like you really want the no, and it was said in chapter, I don't remember what, 405 maybe, 404. I think it was 405, where Morena was telling Gelato like we can't have a no. We go from a skull to just all white. Even with the X card, you would still be in the same predicament of knowing our secret, but the fact that you discovered our secret will also be nullified. Okay. So I guess our memory is gonna be erased, so she's just not gonna remember anything. She looks up. This doesn't mean erasing your memory. On the contrary, we will trust you and act as though none of this ever happened. Okay. And on our side, we'll avoid contacting you as much as we can. Wow. I mean, I kinda trust her, but we won't cheat and try to distort. She doesn't like cheating. And to try to distort the fact that it never happened. If we meet again, we won't say, how do you do? Let's play a game, and we'll try our best not to involve the people around you. Wow. To be more specific, we'll compare the information we've gathered about the people close to you, share it with our members here. Okay, and then avoid them as much as we can given our goal. The most accurate way to put it would be delaying it for us. That's interesting. I like that. That, I mean, that gives even more like it's tough to not respect and like that part of them. I'll ask you outright to save time. The X card has no benefits for you and the risk is high. Even if you say trust me, I can't trust you under these conditions. Could you explain what the benefits to your side are in a way I can understand? I'm happy to answer that, but what I'm about to say might take a little bit to explain, but the benefit to our side is the fact that the risk is high. I see limitations involved. I risk, I return. It's an extremely important part of Nen abilities. Okay, so did we get like a little time skip where she explained it? If the negotiation fails after an honest struggle, it can be avoided. Even if it involves great risk, I'll accept it. By entering the game with this much resolve, my ability will become stronger and allow me to better support our members. So I don't know if I understand this well right now, but like, does that mean this game is confirmed to be an ability? So this ability makes her ability become strong. The same is true for those who become members. By overcoming the risk of dying if the last card is no, our unity and effectiveness becomes stronger. Well, again, that shot. Scary shot of the eye again. Interesting shot. You don't seem too rattled. How admirable. Well, it's the answer I was preparing myself for, and maybe it's because all this still doesn't feel real. Once there are only 2 cards left, it'll feel much more real, don't you think? Go ahead. The stakes will be higher, so she'll feel it a little bit more. Are we? Yeah, next is the last page. We're gonna get a cliffhanger. That was something that I was expecting as well, but let's see. God damn it. And so the cards I have left are No, Death, and Survival. Of course, between Death and Survival, because the return card, you can get 1 card in the graveyard, so... I wonder, man. Like, what is gonna happen? Is the game just gonna get stopped, like in the middle? Is Sphinx and Phaeton just gonna pull up? I don't know what this leads to, which is really good, right? You don't know what to expect. Like, obviously, or joining, but like, what does that look like? I don't know. Oh? Special martial law has been declared. This is not a drill repeat. This is not all. What the? And we get a shot of the black. What? I mean, even more, and I was surprised. Like, nobody expected this. Is this what stops this? Or, like, I'm wondering, is the game gonna continue here? Or is this like the is shit going down now? Holy shit, I love how it was done, where like the tension of what's gonna happen with this, just to like the speed lines behind them, and just martial law has been declared, and like, what does that mean? Did Alkenberg do something like off screen, or like what? Why would Benjamin start martial law? Like, because if you follow Togashi on Twitter, he posted something about, I think, chapter like 411, and at the start of the chapter, spoiler if you don't want to know about chapter 411, skip 10 seconds ahead, at the start we see Balsamilko. So to me, this, I don't know if this is like Benjamin is getting cooked by Hockenberg. I don't know. It's finally started. I did not expect it to just happen at the end, but love to see it. Great cliffhanger. Next chapter is about to be pretty insane unless we cut to something else, but that was such a good chapter. One of my favorites of this old batch. This volume is just, depending on the last 2 chapters, man. That was so good. I love to get more of Morena. Like, that was just peak stuff forever. Specialist, the reveal of that, we still don't know what the ability is, but it definitely feels like it will be important. I think she will get a specialist that will use that ability at some point. I don't think it would be Crollo, but who knows, man. Crollo could freaking join this, right? We might see Crollo play this game and he might just join, get a new ability, and get even stronger through that. Togashi has built up this game. Like, this might not be the last time we see this game being played, so martial law, like, what is next chapter gonna look like? It could literally go with Alkenberg at any point. We're at the end of the volume, so yeah, that was so good. Morena, sad stuff, but like, again, you can really understand the Ellie, even her members. The art, sometimes you could see the art was a little bit more shaky on the character's face, but in general, I really like the eyes, how Morena was drawn, and yeah, just hearing more of the carnival. The backstory was the darkness of the Kaken Mafia, continuing to see that, the darkness of humanity. We got the skull again. That was just some great stuff, man. And it's Parkson is impressive, right? She's super smart, she's super calm. Yeah. Cool to learn more about, specialists and all the categories, the percentage, like, you know, always learning more about Nen, adding on to it on the best power system of all time is great. I guess, obviously she says no is death, but she might be good here, but like, this might just be a setup for the specialist that she's gonna recruit. Like, it might not even be Borkson. Maybe Borkson is able to walk away from here, and the old point, not the old point, but the point of this is for another specialist to enter the game here, because Dogman is, like she says, you're not the only option. There's at least probably 50 or 60 specialists on board, and we'll try until one has the same goal as us, and Borkson shows that she's not really. So I would be very surprised if Borkson joins at this point, right? I don't see her dying. I mean, she could, but now we have martial law, so this might stop. What about Finks and Phaeton coming here with martial law? What does that look like? Is Finks and Phaeton just gonna like, they're not gonna let themselves get arrested or put in rooms and stuff? And Crollo is going upstairs. It's about to be crazy, man. What a chapter. Let me know what you thought about this. One of my favorite chapter. Morena is cooking. She's gonna be one of the best character in the entire show, man. It's written, it's right there. Yeah, let me know what you thought about it. Like, to subscribe if you don't want to miss out on the next few chapters. It's about to get crazy, and like the video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Right?